What's up, guys? It is a nice mild June day here in Phoenix. Miss Green Beans enjoying the time with family here, and I wanted to take a minute and talk about some of the things you can plant here in Phoenix or similar climates in these warmer months. It can be really discouraging. I know for me personally, when it's 110 degrees, I kind of just want to melt into the couch, but you can be growing things in Phoenix and similar climates, and I just wanted to go over a few of them here with you. One of them here, and I'm doing several different seed companies here. Well, what kind of prompted this video is my buddy Eli, he's on here named Perma E, gave me this Egyptian spinach. It's also called Moleki. I don't think that's a proper pronunciation, but it's a really good leafy green that grows incredibly well in Phoenix. So thank you, Eli. We're gonna get planting this and sharing that. But I got a nice little selection here from everybody from Native Seed Search to Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. We've got some botanical interest here, and even some from our friends over at Seed Bank Box. So a little bit of everything here. I'm gonna just go over a few of my favorites first. And here's one here, which is the Morninga. This is actually available from Baker Creek, and this one is more of a tree. Even though it says dwarf, it's not super dwarf, but it has an edible leafy green. It also has an edible seed pod, and the root is actually spicy like horseradish. It grows really good. I tend to just ignore them, water them very minimally, and they will grow. One of the quickest growing, most nutrient dense plants on the planet. Okay, another good one that you can plant from seed right now, and these are kind of older here, so we'll see what we can get out of them. But this is a hibiscus seed, and this is like the tea hibiscus. Here's a good one. And so these guys are similar to like the okra family. That's why the seed looks real similar there. But these guys make the red flower, which makes a hibiscus tea. Also, the leaves are edible, really common to eat in like Indian cuisine with lentils. Okay, another one here, and these guys have several different varieties that you can work with. But this is another Baker Creek seed. We love those guys. This is a Thai purple yard bean. So yard beans are literally going to be probably 12 to 18 inches each, and they grow, they tend to vine, and they do really well in the heat. So a lot of the plants I'm showing you are going to be from Southeast Asia, India, Africa, places where they have these 120-degree temperatures. So these will do really well. You can use them just like a green bean. And you can put them in soup, salads, whatever. A couple other ones here. And I have a few different types, but we've got Amaranth, and Amaranth is super easy to grow. It actually, there's relatives of it that grow here wildly. People would call it a weed, like a pigweed. But this stuff has a really nutrient leaf, and then some of them are more harvested for the grain. That's probably what most people are familiar with, is amaranth grain. We tend to grow them more for the leaf. It's got a similar structure to like spinach as far as nutrients and whatnot. Really easy to grow, harvest the young tender leaves, cook them up. Okay, also another one, maybe a little hot for this one, but I think you could still try it. They kind of take a little bit to germinate, but the New Zealand spinach. This is another one. It's not a true spinach. It almost has more of like a succulent flavor. I've got some over there, but this is another one that you could throw in the garden. It'll do really good in your smoothies, salads, whatever. You could even saute it. All right, so here is another one. Oh, I didn't want that, but this is an Armenian cucumber. Again, this might be a little late, but I recommend people try and experiment a little bit. Also, you can really extend your growing season simply with a 50% shade cloth. These guys get really big, 18-inch, 24-inch fruits. They can be several pounds, and are really good, really hydrating. They're actually not technically a cucumber. They're a member of the melon family. Here's a couple local ones here. And these are called tepary beans. And tepary beans are almost, I don't know, they're a harder bean usually. And I've seen them used for cooked or in like a hummus type of thing. Really common here in the Southwest, really easy to grow. And these are another one where if you water them too much, you're actually gonna screw them up, so just kind of leave them be. Okay, another spinach, which isn't actually a spinach, is the red Malabar spinach. And this one again is also like a succulent. It vines up. I've done some stuff on it before. Really not my favorite to eat, to be honest with you, but it does do, it's really pretty and it makes for a really good wall covering. So this is another one that you can grow from seed right now. I've got a couple here from Native Seeds, which is a Tucson nonprofit that is really dedicated to keeping native seed heritage alive. And these are some different squashes. Technically, you'd probably want to wait until the monsoon, right before the monsoon season started to plant this. But I will say you will probably be okay if you plant them now. Just, you know, the smaller plants are obviously going to be a bit more sensitive, so just keep that in mind. All right, and another thing we got going on here, let's see, we've got some okra. Okra is something that once you plant it, like, you're gonna have a lot of okra. So don't overdo it with the okra unless you're like planning to make an okra company. But there's all different types of okra. This is one's from our friends at Seed Bank Box. And okra does really well, related to the Roselle. They're a similar family there. Okay, here's another one, and this is another one from Native Seed Search, and this is a low desert wildflower seed collection. I would probably wait just before we're going to start to get some rains to do this. These are going to be a little bit more sensitive, but this is a really good way to attract pollinators, and then over time too, these should just come back year after year, so I really recommend people planting wildflowers. Okay, and here's another one, and I think I'm going to wrap it up here after this, but the loofah gourd. And you could have started these a while ago. Our buddy Epic Gardening is actually doing a contest for these to who can grow the biggest loofah. But loofahs are actually the sponge, but they're also a gourd. You can eat them when they're young. Pretty popular in Asia, Philippines, Japan. But that's a really good one. That's another viner that will cover really well. Another one here is pumpkins, and so pumpkins fall in the same category as the native squash, but this is going to be usually the rule of thumb. If you want pumpkins for Halloween, plant them on July 4th, which is also my birthday, keep that in mind. And one more here, it's not a seed, and these are kind of sad looking because they've just been hanging out in a bucket breeding mosquitoes, but these are sweet potato plants, or sweet potato slips. And sweet potatoes are a phenomenal crop to grow over summer, especially if you go away here in Phoenix. A lot of people don't stay here. This is one that you can kind of leave, keep water on it, and then come back and you'll have sweet potatoes. So guys, hope this helps you kind of get motivated to grow that summer garden, and stay cool out there, stay hydrated. We'll talk to you soon.